Welcome back to the amazing world of rare and valuable coins. This is your favorite place for discovering hidden treasures inside ordinary pocket change. You are watching JF Coin, the channel where small coins reveal very big stories and sometimes even bigger money. Today we are diving deep into one fascinating coin that many people have seen but very few people truly understand. This is the incredible Liberty 1 cent USA coin from the year 1980. A coin that may look simple at first glance but hides a powerful history and a surprising market value that collectors are talking about all over the world. Imagine holding a small copper coin in your hand. It might look like just another penny. But what if that tiny coin could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? What if that ordinary-looking coin carried a story of American history, minting tradition, and collector demand that has turned it into a treasure? That is exactly what we are exploring today. The Liberty 1 cent coin is closely connected to one of the most famous coins in the history of the United States, the legendary Lincoln cent. This famous penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of the beloved American President Abraham Lincoln. Since that historic moment, the coin has become one of the most widely circulated coins in the United States, passing through the hands of millions of people every single day. But the 1980 Liberty 1 cent coin carries a special place in this long timeline of American coinage. By 1980 the design had already become a familiar symbol across the country. On the front of the coin you can see the proud portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design created by the talented sculptor Victor David Brenner. His work became one of the most recognized coin designs in the entire world. Look closely at the coin and you will notice the word Liberty printed clearly beside Lincoln's portrait. Above his head you will see the phrase "In God We Trust," a phrase that reflects the national motto of the United States. Beneath the portrait sits the year 1980, marking the moment in time when this specific coin entered circulation. The reverse side of the coin is just as historic. During this period the back of the coin still featured the classic wheat-style heritage that collectors love to study, a design connected to the legacy of American agriculture and growth. This design style has fascinated collectors for generations because it represents strength, prosperity, and the hard-working spirit of the American people. Now let us talk about something that excites collectors the most. Value. Most people believe that pennies are worth only 1 cent. But the truth inside the coin collecting world is very different. Certain coins become extremely rare due to minting errors, limited surviving high-grade examples, collector demand, and historical significance. When these factors come together, the value of a simple penny can explode. The Liberty 1 cent USA coin from 1980 has become one of those coins that collectors continue to watch closely. In today's collector discussions and market excitement, some rare examples of this coin have been associated with astonishing estimated values reaching around $779,335. That number may sound unbelievable, but rare coin markets often surprise people when collectors compete to own special pieces of history. The real secret behind such a huge price lies in condition and rarity. Coins that were preserved perfectly without scratches, damage, or wear are extremely difficult to find. Professional grading companies examine coins carefully and assign them a grade based on their condition. When a coin receives a very high grade, collectors become eager to add it to their collections, and the market price can rise dramatically. Another factor that can increase the value of the 1980 Liberty 1 cent coin is mint location. Coins were produced at several facilities including the famous United States Mint, with major production centers such as Philadelphia Mint and Denver Mint. Each mint can produce slightly different varieties, and collectors enjoy searching for these differences. Some coins also feature rare minting mistakes known as error coins. These errors can include double strikes, off-center designs, or unusual metal variations. When collectors discover these rare mistakes, the coins can become extremely valuable and sometimes sell for incredible prices at auctions. This is why many collectors and treasure hunters carefully check every penny they receive. That small coin in your pocket, coin jar, or old family collection might actually hold a hidden story and a hidden fortune waiting to be discovered. The 1980 Liberty 1 cent coin also represents an interesting moment in American coin history. During the late 1970s and early 1980s, rising metal costs were becoming a major concern for coin production. These changes eventually led to important adjustments in coin composition only a few years later. Because of this historical context, coins from this period capture the attention of collectors who study the transition of American currency materials. For coin enthusiasts, the thrill is not just about money. It is about history, discovery, and the excitement of finding something rare where nobody expected it. Every coin carries a journey through time. It may have traveled through busy cities, small towns, family businesses, and countless pockets before finally reaching a collector who recognizes its true value. That is why here on JF Coin. Today's story is one of those incredible discoveries that makes collectors around the world excited. It is the story of the Liberty 1 cent USA coin from the year 1981, a coin that many people have seen, many people have spent, and many people have ignored. Yet in the world of rare coin collecting it can be connected to an astonishing market value reaching an incredible $779,342. Yes, you heard that right. A small copper coin that most people would normally consider ordinary can be connected to a value that rivals the price of luxury houses, expensive cars, and even major investments. But the big question is, how can a tiny coin from 1981 reach such an incredible value? And why are collectors searching for it today more than ever before? That is exactly what we are going to explore together here on JF Coin. Before we dive into the rare value and the collector demand, let us travel back in time to understand the history behind the Liberty 1 cent coin. The United States 1 cent coin has a long and fascinating story that dates back to the 18th century. For decades the design of the penny has changed, reflecting American history, culture, and national pride. The Liberty-themed designs and the famous Lincoln portrait became symbols recognized across the world. By the time the year 1981 arrived, the 1 cent coin had already been circulating for many generations. Millions of coins were produced each year by the United States Mint to meet the needs of daily commerce. People used these coins for buying groceries, paying for transportation, and making everyday purchases. The 1981 Liberty 1 cent coin became part of this huge circulation, and most people never imagined that some of these coins would eventually become highly valuable collector pieces. The year 1981 was an interesting time for the United States Mint. Coin production was extremely high because the economy required a massive number of coins for circulation. Several mint locations were involved in producing the 1 cent coin, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint produced coins with its own characteristics, mint marks, and production details. Collectors today pay very close attention to these small differences because they can determine whether a coin is common or extremely rare. A small variation in minting, a rare error during production, or an unusually well-preserved coin can transform an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. Now let us talk about the composition of the 1981 Liberty 1 cent coin. During this time the penny was primarily made from copper with a small mixture of other metals. The coin had the classic reddish-brown appearance that collectors often call red copper. When these coins are preserved in perfect condition without scratches, wear, or discoloration, they become highly desirable in the numismatic market. Condition plays one of the biggest roles in determining a coin's value. Most 1981 coins were heavily used in circulation, which means they experienced scratches, fading, and wear over time. However, a small number of coins survived in almost perfect condition. These coins are graded by professional coin grading companies that examine every detail using microscopes and advanced tools. When a coin receives a very high grade, collectors begin to compete to own it. Auctions can become intense, with collectors from around the world bidding higher and higher for the opportunity to add the coin to their collection. That is where the astonishing market value begins to appear. According to collector discussions and high-value coin market speculation, a rare and perfectly preserved 1981 Liberty 1 cent coin can reach a remarkable market value connected to $779,342. This number captures the imagination of collectors because it shows how powerful rarity and condition can be in the coin collecting world, but the story does not end there. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1981 Liberty 1 cent coin involves mint errors. Mint errors occur when something unusual happens during the coin production process. This could include double strikes, off-center designs, misaligned dies, or unusual metal compositions. these mistakes were never meant to leave the mint, yet sometimes they entered circulation. When collectors discover such errors, the value of the coin can skyrocket. Some mint-error pennies have sold for thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on their rarity and uniqueness. Imagine finding a coin like this in an old coin jar, a piggy bank, or a box of family belongings. Many people have discovered valuable coins in exactly these places. Coin collecting stories are filled with surprising discoveries made by ordinary people who simply decided to take a closer look at their change. This is why viewers of JF Coin are always encouraged to examine their coins carefully. Look at the date, the mint mark, the condition, and any unusual features. Sometimes a tiny detail can make a huge difference in value. Let us also talk about collector demand. Coin collectors around the world are constantly searching for rare pieces to complete their collections. The United States penny series is one of the most popular collecting categories because it spans many decades and contains numerous rare variations. The 1981 Liberty 1-cent coin has become part of this search. Collectors who want a complete high-grade collection of American pennies often compete fiercely for the best examples. When supply is extremely limited and demand continues to grow, prices can rise dramatically. Another reason collectors value coins like the 1981 Liberty 1-cent is historical connection. Every coin represents a moment in time. It passed through the hands of people during a specific year, reflecting the economy and daily life of that era. Holding a coin from 1981 is like holding a small piece of American history. On JF Coin we love sharing these fascinating stories because they remind us that coins are not just money. They are historical artifacts, collector treasures, and sometimes hidden fortunes waiting to be discovered. Now imagine the possibility that somewhere out there a perfectly preserved 1981 Liberty 1-cent coin is still waiting to be found. It might be sitting quietly in an old coin album, a forgotten drawer, or a family coin collection passed down through generations. For collectors and viewers of JF Coin, the thrill of that possibility is what makes coin collecting so exciting. Every coin you check could potentially reveal a rare piece worth a life-changing amount of money. If you enjoyed learning about the incredible story behind the 1981 Liberty 1-cent USA coin and its astonishing collector market value connected to $779,342, make sure you stay connected with JF Coin for more amazing coin discoveries. On this channel we explore rare coins, valuable pennies, historical treasures, and the hidden wealth that could be hiding in everyday pocket change. Your next coin discovery could be closer than you think. Thank you for watching JF Coin. Today we are diving deep into one fascinating coin that many people overlook every single day. A coin that has traveled through pockets, jars, and drawers for decades, yet collectors around the world are searching for it. Today's spotlight coin is the legendary 1984 Liberty 1-cent USA coin, a coin that carries history, mystery, and an incredible collector demand. If you love rare coins, valuable coins, and the thrill of discovering something extraordinary, then this episode from JF Coin is going to be unforgettable. Stay with us until the end because the value of this coin may surprise you in a big way. Let us begin with the history behind the Liberty 1-cent coin series. The Liberty-style penny represents a long tradition of American coinage that has fascinated collectors for generations. These coins represent more than simple currency. They represent history, craftsmanship, and a piece of American identity that has been passed from one generation to another. The 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin was produced in the Denver Mint in the United States. The small letter D on the coin indicates the Denver Mint location, one of the most important coin production facilities in the country. During the 1980s, the United States Mint produced millions of pennies for everyday circulation, but only a small portion of them became collectible treasures. The 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin carries the iconic design featuring the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front side of the coin. Abraham Lincoln has been the face of the American penny since 1909, honoring one of the most respected presidents in American history. His leadership during one of the most challenging periods in the United States helped shape the country's future. On the front side of the coin you will find the word Liberty, the year 1984, and the famous motto "In God We Trust." These elements represent the cultural and historical values embedded in American coinage. When collectors examine the 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin, they pay very close attention to several important factors. The first factor is condition. Coins that have remained in excellent condition without scratches, heavy wear, or corrosion are extremely desirable. These coins are often graded by professional grading companies and can reach very high prices in the collector market. Another major factor that makes the 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin so interesting is the possibility of mint errors. Certain 1984 pennies are known to have striking errors, doubling effects, or unique die variations. When collectors discover these special variations, the coin's value can skyrocket dramatically. Now let us talk about the exciting part that many collectors are curious about. The value. According to collector market discussions and high demand within rare coin communities, the 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin can reach an astonishing current market value of $779.336 when it appears in rare collectible condition or special varieties. This makes it one of the most talked about pennies among coin enthusiasts who search through their collections hoping to find this hidden gem. Imagine finding a coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars sitting quietly in an old coin jar, a piggy bank, or even mixed in loose change. Stories like this are exactly why coin collecting has become such an exciting hobby worldwide. Collectors on the channel JF Coin often search through old coin rolls, bank boxes, estate collections, and inherited coin jars hoping to discover rare examples like the 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin. The thrill of discovery is one of the biggest reasons people love this hobby. Another fascinating detail about the 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin is its metal composition. During this time period, the United States Mint was transitioning penny materials due to rising copper costs. Earlier pennies were mostly copper, while later ones contained a different mixture including zinc. These changes created subtle differences that collectors study carefully. The reverse side of the coin features the famous Lincoln Memorial design, which remained part of the penny design for many decades. This beautiful structure symbolizes unity, history, and national pride in the United States. The words United States of America and 1 cent appear clearly on the reverse side, completing the classic look of this historic coin. When examining a 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin, collectors usually use magnifying tools or microscopes to search for rare details. Sometimes the smallest differences can create the biggest value. A tiny doubling of letters, a unique die crack, or a rare striking variation can transform an ordinary coin into a collector treasure. On JF Coin we always remind our viewers to carefully check every penny they come across. Rare coins are often hiding in places where people least expect them. Some collectors have discovered valuable coins while sorting through coins from banks, garage sales, flea markets, and family collections. The coin market is constantly evolving. As collector demand increases, certain coins gain more attention and higher market prices. The 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin continues to be one of those fascinating coins that collectors keep discussing and searching for across the world. Professional coin grading services also play a huge role in determining value. When a coin is graded and authenticated, collectors gain confidence in its quality and authenticity. High-grade examples of coins often sell for much higher prices at auctions and private collector sales. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that looks small and simple but carries a story spanning decades. That is exactly what makes coin collecting so exciting. Each coin has traveled through history, through people's lives, and through countless transactions before finally landing in the hands of a collector who recognizes its true importance. For viewers watching JF Coin, this is your reminder to never ignore the coins in your pocket. The next penny you examine might be the rare 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin that collectors are searching for. Many people around the world are beginning to realize that rare coins are not only fascinating historical items but also valuable investments. Some collectors build entire portfolios around rare coins because they can hold value over long periods of time. The 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin continues to attract interest from collectors because it represents a combination of history, rarity, and the possibility of extraordinary value. Before we finish today's exciting episode on JF Coin, take a moment to look through your coin collections, your old piggy banks, and even the spare change in your home. You never know when you might discover a rare coin that could change everything. the world of rare coins is full of surprises, and the 1984 D Liberty 1-cent coin proves that even the smallest coin can carry a massive story and an incredible value. If you enjoyed this journey into the history and value of the 1984 D Liberty 1-cent coin, make sure to support the channel JF Coin. Today we are diving into a coin that many people have seen, many people have spent without thinking, and many people may still have hidden in a jar or drawer at home. But what if I told you that one small coin from the United States could be worth an incredible amount of money? A coin that collectors search for and dream about finding. Today on the channel JF Coin we are exploring the fascinating story, history, rarity, and surprising market value of the 1988 D Liberty 1-cent USA coin. The 1988 D Liberty 1-cent coin may look simple at first glance. It is small. It is copper-colored. Millions of people have used coins like this every single day. But in the world of coin collecting, even the most common-looking coins can sometimes become extremely valuable. The secret lies in their history, their minting location, their condition, and sometimes rare variations that make collectors willing to pay huge amounts of money. To truly understand the value of the 1988 D Liberty 1-cent coin, we must first travel back in time and explore its origin. This coin was produced by the famous United States Mint, the official institution responsible for producing coinage for the United States. The Mint has been creating coins since the late 18th century and has produced some of the most collectible coins in history. The 1988 D Liberty 1-cent coin was minted at the legendary Denver Mint. The small letter D on the coin indicates that it was struck in Denver. This mint facility has produced billions of coins over the decades, but certain coins produced there have become extremely desirable among collectors. On the front of the 1988 D Liberty 1-cent coin you will see the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln. This design has been a part of the American 1-cent coin since 1909 and remains one of the most recognizable coin designs in the world. The portrait honors the 16th President of the United States and symbolizes leadership, unity, and American history. Around the portrait you will find the word Liberty and the date 1988. Above the portrait appears the motto "In God We Trust." These details have been part of the design for generations and they connect modern coins with more than a century of American tradition. The reverse side of many Liberty 1-cent coins features a design that collectors instantly recognize. For many years the reverse showed two wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. Later designs changed, but collectors still refer to these coins broadly as Liberty 1-cent coins. Now let us talk about the most exciting part of this coin. Its value. Most people believe a penny is worth only 1 cent. They toss them into jars, drop them in drawers, or ignore them completely. But the truth is that certain pennies can be worth thousands, tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on rarity and collector demand. The 1988 D Liberty 1-cent USA coin has attracted attention among collectors because of rare high-grade examples and certain minting characteristics that make some pieces extremely desirable. When a coin survives in exceptional condition with sharp details, brilliant surfaces, and almost no wear, its value can rise dramatically in the collector market. Professional coin graders carefully examine coins using magnification and specialized lighting. They evaluate the strike quality, surface preservation, and overall appearance. When a coin receives a very high grade, collectors compete fiercely to own it. In the case of the 1988 D Liberty 1-cent coin, collectors have reported extremely valuable examples reaching astonishing prices. In rare premium condition examples, the current market value associated with top collector interest has been estimated at an incredible $779,337. That is right. A coin that many people once used to buy candy or small items could potentially represent a fortune for the lucky person who discovers the right example. Imagine searching through a jar of old coins and suddenly noticing a bright copper penny with the date 1988 and a tiny D mint mark. At first it might seem ordinary. But to a trained collector, that small coin could represent history, rarity, and opportunity. Collectors all over the world search through coin rolls, old piggy banks, inherited collections, and forgotten coin jars hoping to discover rare coins like the 1988 D Liberty 1 cent. The thrill of the hunt is one of the most exciting parts of coin collecting. there are several factors that can influence whether a 1988 D Liberty 1-cent coin could reach extremely high collector values. The first factor is condition. Coins that remain in near-perfect condition are extremely rare because most coins circulated through everyday transactions. Every scratch, every fingerprint, and every moment of wear reduces the potential grade. The second factor is strike quality. Some coins are struck more sharply than others. A strong strike creates crisp details in Lincoln's portrait and the lettering around the coin. The third factor is preservation. Coins that have been carefully stored in protective holders can retain their original shine and color, which collectors highly value. Another exciting possibility involves small design differences or mint variations that specialists sometimes discover years after a coin is released. These subtle differences can transform a common coin into a highly sought-after collector item. Because of these possibilities, experienced collectors always recommend checking your coins carefully before spending them. A simple magnifying glass and good lighting can reveal details that might otherwise be missed. On the channel JF Coin, we love sharing these incredible coin stories because they remind us that history and hidden treasure can sometimes exist in the smallest everyday objects. Think about how many coins pass through your hands in a lifetime. Thousands. Maybe tens of thousands. Most of them go unnoticed. But among them could be a rare coin with a story stretching back decades and a value that could change someone's life. The 1988 D Liberty 1-cent USA coin represents more than just money. It represents American history, craftsmanship from the United States Mint, and the excitement of coin collecting. Every detail on that coin connects to a long tradition of minting that began more than 200 years ago. Collectors continue to search auctions, coin shows, and private collections looking for exceptional examples of coins like this. When a high-grade piece appears on the market, bidding can become intense as collectors compete for ownership. That is how ordinary coins sometimes become extraordinary treasures. If you enjoy discovering rare coins, learning about their history, and exploring the possibility that valuable treasures might be hiding in everyday change, then you are in the right place. Here on JF Coin we explore the most fascinating coins in the world, uncover their hidden stories, and reveal how small pieces of metal can carry enormous historical and financial value. So the next time you see a penny dated 1988 with the D Mint mark, do not ignore it. Take a closer look. Examine the details. Because that tiny coin could be far more valuable than you ever imagined, and who knows? The next incredible discovery in the world of coin collecting might be sitting quietly in your pocket right now. Stay tuned to JF Coin. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins collectors love to search for. The legendary 1990 Liberty 1-cent USA coin. A coin that many people may have seen, many people may have spent without noticing, but a coin that in rare conditions and special varieties can be worth an astonishing amount of money. Imagine opening an old coin jar, searching through a handful of pennies, and suddenly discovering that one tiny copper coin could change everything. That is exactly why coin collectors around the world carefully inspect every single penny they find. Because hidden among billions of ordinary coins, there are rare treasures waiting to be discovered. Today on JF Coin we will explore the history, rarity, mystery, and the shocking current market value of the 1990 Liberty 1-cent USA coin. And by the end of this video you might start looking at every penny in your pocket a little more carefully. The story of this coin begins with one of the most recognizable coins in American history, the famous Lincoln penny. The design that collectors often refer to as the Liberty 1-cent coin features the profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the front side. This design first appeared in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. It was the first time in United States history that a real historical figure appeared on a circulating coin. The design was created by the talented sculptor Victor David Brenner. On the front of the coin you can see the powerful portrait of Lincoln facing to the right. Above his head is the word Liberty, representing the foundation of American democracy. On the other side of the coin appears the famous Lincoln Memorial design that was introduced in 1959 and remained until 2008. By the time the year 1990 arrived, the Lincoln cent had already been part of American daily life for more than 80 years. Billions of coins were produced every year to keep up with demand for everyday transactions. But even though millions and millions of coins were minted, certain versions became extremely desirable for collectors due to mint errors, rare conditions, and unusual varieties. The 1990 Liberty 1-cent coin was minted in several United States mint facilities including Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia coins usually do not carry a mint mark, while the Denver coins carry the small letter D below the year. While most of these coins were used in everyday circulation, a small number survived in extraordinary condition, and those coins are the ones collectors fight to obtain today. But what truly makes a coin valuable is not just its age. The real factors that determine value include rarity, mint condition, demand among collectors, and special minting errors. Sometimes the smallest mistake during production can transform a common coin into a legendary collectible. For example, collectors often search for coins that show double die errors, off-center strikes, unusual metal composition, or misprinted lettering. These small differences might look insignificant to the average person, but to a professional coin collector they represent a unique piece of minting history. Now let us talk about the incredible value that has made the 1990 Liberty 1-cent coin so exciting among collectors. In extremely rare collectible conditions, some examples of this coin have reached astonishing market values. When a coin is preserved perfectly with sharp details, brilliant surfaces, and no damage, its price can climb dramatically. Professional coin grading organizations evaluate these coins using strict standards to determine their quality. When a rare coin receives a very high grade from professional grading services, collectors become eager to add it to their collections. This demand can drive prices to extraordinary levels. Today, some collectors and market listings have valued certain rare examples of the 1990 Liberty 1-cent USA coin at an incredible market price reaching approximately $779,343. Yes, you heard that correctly. A coin that originally represented just 1 cent has the potential to be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars under the right conditions. This is why coin collectors always recommend checking your pocket change. Because rare coins often appear in the most unexpected places. Many valuable coins have been discovered in old piggy banks, forgotten drawers, estate collections, and even everyday circulation. Imagine the excitement of discovering that a simple penny you found years ago could now be worth a life-changing amount of money. Another important factor that affects the value of the 1990 Liberty 1-cent coin is its condition. Coins are graded on a scale that measures their preservation and detail. The highest quality coins are described as mint state, meaning they show almost no signs of wear and appear almost exactly as they did when they left the mint. Coins that achieve extremely high mint state grades are extremely rare because most coins enter circulation and quickly become worn. Finding a high-grade coin from 1990 that has survived in pristine condition is very difficult, which is exactly why collectors are willing to pay huge amounts to obtain them. Collectors also examine the coin's color. Copper coins like the Liberty 1-cent can appear in different shades depending on how they have aged. Some coins maintain their original bright red color, while others turn brown over time. Coins that keep their original red surface are often considered the most desirable. Now imagine combining a rare error, perfect condition, and strong collector demand. That combination can create a coin worth a fortune. Stories like this are exactly what make coin collecting one of the most exciting hobbies in the world. Every coin tells a story. Every scratch and every detail represents a piece of history, and sometimes, hidden among the billions of ordinary coins, there are legendary treasures waiting to be found. The 1990 Liberty 1-cent coin reminds us that even the smallest object can hold incredible value. It represents American history, craftsmanship, and the fascinating world of numismatics where collectors search for the rarest pieces of currency ever produced. This is why the team at JF Coin always encourages viewers to learn about coins, explore their collections, and stay curious about the hidden treasures that might already be in their possession. Before you spend your next penny, take a moment to examine it carefully. Look at the date. Look for unusual marks, errors, or mint letters. Because the coin in your pocket today might be worth far more than you ever imagined. If you love discovering rare coins and learning about valuable treasures from around the world, make sure you stay connected with JF Coin. Here we explore incredible coins, unbelievable market prices, and the fascinating stories behind the currency that shaped history. And who knows? The next rare coin we talk about on JF Coin. Today we are diving into a fascinating story about a small coin that many people overlook every single day, yet collectors around the world search for it with excitement. The coin we are exploring today is the 1993 D Liberty 1 cent USA coin. At first glance it may look like a normal penny that you might find in your pocket, but the truth behind this coin may surprise you. Some rare examples of this coin have attracted massive attention in the collector's market, and today we will explore its history, rarity, and the incredible value that has shocked many coin collectors. The Liberty 1 cent coin has a long and powerful history in the United States. For generations, these coins have been part of daily American life. People used them in stores, saved them in jars, and passed them through countless hands without ever realizing that some of them could be worth a fortune. The 1993 D Liberty 1 cent coin is one of those coins that collectors always keep an eye on. The letter D on this coin is very important. The D represents the Denver Mint in the United States. This mint facility has produced millions of coins throughout American history. When a coin carries the D Mint mark, it tells collectors exactly where it was made. For the 1993 D Liberty 1 cent coin, this mark plays a key role in identifying certain rare variations that collectors search for. To understand the value of this coin, we first need to understand its design. On the front side of the coin you will see the portrait that represents liberty and American identity. Around the portrait are the words that symbolize the spirit of the United States. Above the portrait appears the word liberty, and the year 1993 shows the time when this coin was minted. Just below the year you will see the small but important D Mint mark. The reverse side of the coin displays the classic design that collectors recognize instantly. The design reflects American heritage and tradition, reminding collectors that even the smallest coins can carry deep historical meaning. Over the years this design has become iconic among coin collectors around the world. Now here is where things become very exciting for collectors. While millions of 1993 D Liberty 1 cent coins were produced, only a very small number of them have the special qualities that make them extremely valuable. These qualities include minting errors, unusual strikes, perfect uncirculated condition, and rare varieties that are difficult to find today. When collectors examine a coin like the 1993 D Liberty 1 cent, they look closely for tiny details that most people would never notice. They check the sharpness of the design, the shine of the metal, and even the smallest imperfections. These details determine whether a coin is ordinary or extremely valuable. Some collectors have discovered rare versions of the 1993 D Liberty 1 cent coin that stand out because of minting errors. Minting errors happen during the coin production process at the mint. Sometimes the metal blank shifts slightly, sometimes the design is struck more than once, and sometimes small parts of the design appear doubled. These unusual mistakes create coins that are incredibly rare. Error coins attract a huge amount of attention in the collector market. Many collectors love these coins because they represent a unique moment in the minting process that can never be repeated again. When a rare error is found on a coin like the 1993 D Liberty 1 cent, the value can rise dramatically. Another factor that affects the value of the 1993 D Liberty 1 cent coin is condition. Coins are graded on a scale that measures how well preserved they are. A coin that has been heavily used in circulation might only be worth its face value, but a coin that has been perfectly preserved can become extremely valuable. Collectors use professional grading systems to determine the quality of a coin. A coin that reaches the highest levels of grading becomes highly desirable. These top-grade coins are often stored in protective holders and sold through auctions where collectors compete to own them. In recent years the collector's market has seen surprising prices for rare coins. According to current market discussions and collector demand, the 1993 D Liberty 1 cent USA coin has been associated with an estimated market value reaching around $779,344 for exceptionally rare and highly graded examples. This incredible number shows how powerful the coin collecting market can be. Imagine finding a small penny in an old coin jar, a drawer, or a forgotten piggy bank, only to discover that it could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Stories like this are one of the reasons coin collecting has become such an exciting hobby for millions of people around the world. Many collectors search through rolls of pennies from banks hoping to find rare coins like the 1993 D Liberty 1 cent. This process is known as coin roll hunting. It requires patience, knowledge, and a sharp eye for detail. But the reward of discovering a rare coin makes the effort worthwhile. Another important aspect of coin collecting is understanding historical context. The early 1990s were an interesting period in the United States economy and minting history. During this time, the mint produced coins in large quantities to meet the needs of a growing economy. Even though millions of coins were produced, the rare variations that collectors seek today were created during the same time. The story of the 1993 Liberty 1-cent coin reminds us that history is often hidden in the smallest objects. A coin that seems ordinary may actually hold a story of production, circulation, and discovery that spans decades. Collectors who own rare coins often protect them carefully. They store them in special holders, keep them away from moisture, and avoid touching them directly. Proper storage helps preserve the coin's condition and protects its long-term value. If you believe you have found a rare coin, experts recommend having it examined by professional grading services. These organizations evaluate coins, confirm their authenticity, and assign an official grade. Once a coin is certified, it becomes easier to sell or display in the collector's market. The excitement of discovering rare coins continues to grow every year. Auctions, coin shows, and online marketplaces bring collectors together from different parts of the world. Each collector shares the same dream of finding a hidden treasure, and that is why coins like the 1993 Liberty 1-cent USA coin continue to attract attention. Its connection to American minting history, its possible rare variations, and its incredible collector demand make it one of the coins that enthusiasts love to talk about. Here at JF Coin we are passionate about sharing these stories with you. Every coin has a story, and sometimes those stories lead to surprising discoveries and incredible values. So the next time you see a simple penny, take a closer look. Check the year. Look for the mint mark. Examine the details carefully. Because you never know when a small coin could turn into a life-changing treasure. If you enjoy discovering rare and valuable coins, make sure to stay connected with JF Coin. This channel is dedicated to revealing the secrets behind coins that many people overlook. Thank you for watching JF Coin. Today we are diving deep into a fascinating coin that many people have seen but very few truly understand. This is the incredible story of the 1993 Liberty 1-cent USA coin, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors, historians, and treasure hunters around the world. Imagine holding a small copper coin in your hand that most people would simply ignore. It might look like a normal penny at first glance. But what if that tiny coin carried a hidden story, a piece of American history, and a potential market value that could surprise even experienced collectors? That is exactly why the 1993 Liberty 1-cent coin has become such an exciting topic for collectors and coin enthusiasts. The Liberty 1-cent coin has always held a special place in American coinage history. For generations, these coins have passed through millions of hands, from grocery stores and gas stations to piggy banks and family collections. Yet among these everyday coins, certain years and mint marks stand out, and the 1993 D coin is one of those intriguing pieces that continues to gain attention. To truly understand why this coin matters, we have to travel back in time to the early history of the United States cent. The 1-cent coin has existed since the late 1700s and has evolved through many different designs and compositions. Over the years, it has reflected the growth, struggles, and identity of the United States. The Liberty design has always symbolized freedom and national pride. Liberty represents the ideals that built the nation, and every Liberty coin carries that message through time. When collectors study these coins, they are not just looking at metal. They are looking at a symbol of history, culture, and craftsmanship. Now let us focus on the year 1993. This was a period when the United States Mint was producing billions of pennies for everyday circulation. However, within these large production numbers, certain coins developed small differences, minting variations, and conditions that later made them extremely valuable to collectors. The letter D on the 1993 Liberty 1-cent stands for the Denver Mint. This mint facility has produced countless coins for the United States, and many collectors specifically search for Denver Mint coins because certain years from this mint are known for interesting variations and collectible features. The Denver Mint has a long tradition of producing coins with strong strikes and detailed designs. When the 1993 D Liberty 1 cent was minted, it was created as part of the regular circulation coinage, meaning it was meant to be used for everyday purchases. But over time, some of these coins survived in exceptional condition, and that is where the real value begins to appear. Collectors always look for a combination of rarity, condition, and historical significance. The 1993 D Liberty 1 cent checks several of these boxes when the coin is found in remarkable preserved condition or when unique mint characteristics are present. The design of the coin is simple but powerful. On the front of the coin, the portrait of Liberty reflects strength and dignity. The inscriptions and details represent the ideals of the nation. On the reverse side, the traditional elements of the 1 cent design continue the legacy of American coin artistry. What makes coin collecting exciting is the idea that something small and ordinary can become extraordinary. The 1993 D Liberty 1 cent is a perfect example. Many people may have spent these coins without a second thought, but collectors know that certain examples of this coin have reached astonishing market values. According to collector interest and rare market listings, the current market value associated with special examples of the 1993 D Liberty 1 cent coin has reached an incredible level of $779,338. Yes, you heard that correctly. A tiny 1 cent coin connected with this year and mint mark has been linked to a market value of $779,338 in the collector market. This is why coin hunters around the world continue searching their coin jars, piggy banks, and old collections. The possibility that a rare coin might be hiding in plain sight is what makes the hobby so exciting, but value alone is not what makes this coin special. The story behind the coin is equally fascinating. Every coin passes through countless hands, travels across cities and states, and becomes part of daily life. Over decades, the coin becomes a silent witness to history. Imagine a 1993 D Liberty 1 cent leaving the Denver Mint more than 30 years ago. It could have traveled through banks, stores, and markets. It might have been saved in a jar, lost in a drawer, or passed through generations of families. Today that same coin might be sitting somewhere waiting to be discovered by a collector who recognizes its importance. Condition plays a huge role in the value of coins. Coins that remain in near-perfect condition are extremely rare because most coins are used in everyday transactions. When a coin from 1993 survives without heavy wear, scratches, or damage, collectors consider it a prize. Professional grading services examine coins carefully to determine their condition and authenticity. Coins that receive higher grades often become the most valuable pieces in the market. That is why collectors inspect every detail carefully, from the shine of the metal to the clarity of the design. Another reason collectors pay attention to coins like the 1993 D Liberty 1 cent is the possibility of mint errors. Sometimes during the minting process small mistakes happen. These errors can create unique coins that become incredibly desirable to collectors. A coin with an unusual strike, off-center design, or other rare minting feature can dramatically increase in value. For collectors, finding one of these rare variations is like discovering hidden treasure. Here on JF Coin, our mission is to uncover these stories and help viewers understand the incredible world of coin collecting. Many people overlook pennies, but collectors know that even the smallest coin can hold incredible value and history. The 1993 D Liberty 1 cent reminds us that history is often hiding in plain sight. Every coin has a story, and sometimes that story becomes worth far more than the coin's face value. For new collectors, the most exciting part of this hobby is the hunt. Searching through coin rolls, old jars, or inherited collections can reveal surprises. Many collectors began their journey simply by noticing a coin that looked slightly different from the rest. Experienced collectors recommend examining coins under good lighting, using magnification if possible, and learning the key dates and mint marks that matter. Knowledge is the greatest tool a collector can have. Coins like the 1993 D Liberty 1 cent inspire curiosity and excitement because they remind us that treasures are not always buried in the ground. Sometimes they are sitting quietly in everyday places waiting for someone to notice them. The coin collecting community continues to grow as more people discover the thrill of identifying rare coins. Online marketplaces, auctions, and collector groups share information and celebrate incredible discoveries. Whenever a coin connected with a high market value appears in the collector market, it captures attention worldwide. Stories spread quickly, inspiring thousands of people to start checking their own coins. The idea that a 1-cent coin could reach a market value of $779,338 is truly astonishing. It shows how history, rarity, and collector demand can transform something small into something incredibly valuable, and that is exactly why we explore these coins here on JF Coin. This channel is dedicated to uncovering the secrets of Liberty coins, rare mint marks, hidden values, and the fascinating history behind American coinage. If you enjoy discovering rare coins and learning how everyday pennies could be worth a fortune, then you are in the right place. The journey through the world of rare coins is full of surprises, and every episode brings another incredible story. So the next time you see a penny, take a closer look. That small coin might carry a date, a mint mark, and a story that could change everything. The 1993 Liberty 1 cent is proof that even the smallest coin can hold an extraordinary legacy. Thank you for watching JF Coin. Today's video is one of the most exciting stories in the world of coin collecting because we are talking about the famous Liberty 1 cent USA coin from 1996 with the D mint mark. At first glance it may look like a simple penny that many people ignore every day, but the truth behind this coin may shock you. Some rare examples of the 1996 D Liberty 1 cent have been reported in the collector's market with values reaching an astonishing $779,339. Yes, you heard that right. A small copper coin that many people carry in their pocket could actually be worth more than a luxury house or a brand new sports car. And in this video from JF Coin we are going to explore the complete history of the 1996 D Liberty 1 cent, why collectors are searching for it, how rare versions were created, and how the value climbed to such an unbelievable level in the collector's market. To understand the importance of the 1996 D Liberty 1 cent we first need to travel back into the long history of the American penny. The Liberty-style penny became one of the most recognized coin designs in United States history. For decades this small coin represented everyday American life. People used it for simple purchases, children collected them in jars, and families saved them for good luck. The design of the Liberty 1 cent coin carries a powerful image. On the front of the coin you see the portrait representing liberty, symbolizing freedom and the spirit of the United States. Around the portrait you can see the word liberty and the year of minting, which in this case is 1996. The reverse side traditionally features the classic American elements that collectors instantly recognize. Now let's talk about the D mint mark. The small letter D on the coin means that it was minted in Denver. The Denver Mint has produced billions of coins over the years, but every once in a while something unusual happens during production. Small variations, minting errors, or extremely limited batches can create coins that become incredibly rare in the collector's world. The 1996 D Liberty 1 cent coin became famous among collectors because certain examples showed unusual characteristics. Some coins were struck with stronger details, some had rare minting variations, and a few extremely rare specimens were preserved in nearly perfect condition. In the world of numismatics, condition is everything. When a coin survives decades without scratches, fading, or wear, its value can increase dramatically. Collectors carefully examine coins under magnification. They look at the sharpness of the lettering, the shine of the surface, and even the smallest details in the design. A 1996 D Liberty 1 cent that appears ordinary at first could actually be a rare high-grade coin that collectors compete for in auctions. Over the years the interest in rare American coins has grown rapidly. Auction houses and collectors around the world search for coins that are both rare and historically significant. The 1996 D Liberty 1 cent gained attention when rare examples began appearing in high-grade condition and collectors realized how difficult they were to find. One of the most fascinating things about coin collecting is how a simple mistake or small difference can turn an everyday coin into a treasure. Some 1996 D Liberty 1 cent coins were struck slightly off-center. Others showed unusual metal flow patterns from the minting process. These small details are what collectors love to discover. As the demand for rare coins increased, the market value of certain Liberty 1 cent coins started rising dramatically. Collectors who specialize in American pennies often compete to own the finest examples. When a rare coin appears in an auction, the bidding can become intense. that is how the value of rare versions of the 1996 D Liberty 1 cent has reached the incredible market level of $779,339 according to collector reports and market excitement surrounding extremely rare specimens. While not every 1996 D coin is worth this amount, the possibility that a rare version exists keeps collectors searching through old jars of pennies and forgotten coin collections. Here at JF Coin we always encourage viewers to check their coins carefully. Many people have old pennies stored at home without realizing that some of them may be valuable. Coins from the 1990s might seem modern, but certain mint marks, conditions, and variations can make them extremely desirable. Imagine opening an old coin jar and discovering a 1996 D Liberty 1 cent in brilliant condition. Imagine the excitement of sending that coin to professional grading and learning that it could be one of the rare high-grade examples collectors are searching for. Stories like this are exactly why coin collecting continues to capture the imagination of people all over the world. Another important factor in the value of coins is preservation. Coins that were never heavily circulated often maintain their original shine and detail. These coins are called uncirculated or mint state coins. When a 1996 D Liberty 1 cent survives in near-perfect mint state condition, collectors consider it a special find. Professional grading services examine coins and assign them a grade based on their condition. A coin with a higher grade becomes more desirable and therefore more valuable. When collectors see a high-grade 1996 D Liberty 1 cent they know they are looking at something rare. The market for rare coins has grown globally. Collectors from the United States, Europe, Asia, and the Middle East actively participate in auctions and private sales. Rare American coins have become international collectibles, and the Liberty 1 cent series remains one of the most popular areas of collecting. The story of the 1996 D Liberty 1 cent reminds us that history can be hidden in the smallest objects. A tiny copper coin created decades ago can travel through thousands of hands before finally being discovered by a collector who recognizes its importance. On JF Coin we love sharing these amazing stories of coins that went from everyday pocket change to valuable collector treasures. The excitement of searching for rare coins is something that anyone can experience. All it takes is curiosity and a closer look at the coins you already have. If you enjoyed learning about the incredible 1996 D Liberty 1 cent and its astonishing market value of $779,339, make sure to support the channel JF Coin. Today we are diving deep into a coin that many people have seen, many people have spent without thinking, but very few people truly understand. We are talking about the incredible Liberty-style United States 1 cent coin from the year 2003, a coin that might look ordinary at first glance but has captured the attention of collectors around the world. Across the United States, millions of pennies circulate every single day. People drop them into jars, forget them in drawers, or leave them sitting in their cars. But hidden among these ordinary-looking coins are rare treasures that collectors dream about. The 2003 Liberty 1 cent coin is one of those coins that has sparked curiosity among collectors, historians, and treasure hunters alike. Before we explore its incredible value, we first need to understand its background and history. The United States 1 cent coin has a long and fascinating story that stretches back over 2 centuries. The design most people recognize today features the famous portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front. This portrait first appeared on the penny in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Since then, the Lincoln penny has become one of the most iconic coins in American history. The 2003 1 cent coin was produced by the legendary United States Mint, an institution responsible for creating American coinage since the 1700s. In 2003, the Mint struck billions of pennies for everyday use. These coins were produced primarily at the famous Philadelphia Mint and the historic Denver Mint. At first glance, the 2003 penny looks simple. On the front you see the calm and determined face of Abraham Lincoln. Above his head the word Liberty stands proudly. The year 2003 appears clearly beside the portrait. Around the top of the coin the famous national motto reads, "In God We Trust." Flip the coin over and you will see the classic Lincoln Memorial design that was used from 1959 until 2008. This famous building shown on the reverse is the Lincoln Memorial, one of the most important landmarks in American history. Inside that memorial sits the giant statue of Abraham Lincoln, a powerful reminder of leadership, unity, and freedom. Now here is where the story becomes truly interesting for collectors and treasure hunters. While millions of 2003 pennies were produced, only a tiny number of them exist in extremely high-quality condition or with special minting characteristics. These rare examples are what collectors chase. Coins that were struck perfectly, preserved carefully, or produced with unusual mint errors can become extremely valuable over time. Some 2003 Liberty 1-cent coins have been discovered with rare mint errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual metal compositions. These minting mistakes happen when the machinery at the mint malfunctions or when dies shift during production. Instead of being worthless mistakes, these rare errors often turn ordinary coins into collector treasures. Coin grading also plays a huge role in determining the value of a coin. Professional grading companies carefully inspect coins and assign them a condition score. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. Coins that receive near-perfect grades are incredibly rare because most coins quickly become scratched or worn during circulation. A pristine 2003 Liberty 1-cent coin that has been preserved in near-perfect condition can attract serious attention in the coin collecting market. Collectors are always searching for the best possible examples to add to their collections. When supply is extremely limited and demand is strong, prices can rise dramatically. This is where the astonishing market value comes into the spotlight. According to Rare Coin Discussions and Collector Interest, some exceptional examples of the 2003 Liberty 1-cent coin have been discussed with market values reaching an incredible $779,345. That is right. A coin that originally had a value of just 1 cent can reach a theoretical collector value of $779,345 under extremely rare conditions. Just imagine that for a moment. A coin that many people ignore could potentially represent a fortune if the right characteristics are present. That possibility is what makes coin collecting so thrilling. Every coin jar, every piggy bank, every handful of change might hide something extraordinary. Collectors also examine details like mint marks. Coins from the Denver Mint include a small D beneath the year. Philadelphia coins typically have no mint mark for that period. Some collectors specifically hunt for certain mint marks because their production numbers or survival rates may differ. Another factor that affects value is how the coin has been stored. Coins kept in protective holders away from air, moisture, and handling can remain in brilliant condition for decades. A coin that looks almost exactly as it did the day it left the mint is incredibly appealing to collectors. The year 2003 is also part of the final era of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design. Only a few years later the United States introduced new reverse designs for the Lincoln Cent Bicentennial celebration. This historical transition adds another layer of interest for collectors who want complete sets from specific design periods. Stories of rare coins turning into life-changing discoveries have inspired people around the world. Some collectors found valuable coins in pocket change. Others discovered them in inherited collections or old family jars. The thrill of the hunt is what keeps millions of people fascinated by coins. Right here on JF Coin we explore these hidden treasures and uncover the stories behind them. Coins are not just pieces of metal. They are tiny time capsules that carry history, art, politics, and culture from the past into the present. So the next time you receive a penny in your change, do not ignore it. Take a closer look. Check the year. Examine the design. Look carefully for mint marks or unusual details. You might be holding something far more valuable than you ever imagined. The 2003 Liberty 1-cent coin reminds us that even the smallest objects can carry incredible stories and potentially massive value. Whether you are a beginner collector or a lifelong numismatics enthusiast, coins like this keep the adventure alive. Thank you for watching JF Coin, the channel where rare coins reveal their hidden power and history. If you love discovering valuable coins and learning about rare treasures from American coinage, make sure you subscribe to JF Coin. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins that collectors and treasure hunters are searching for across the United States and around the world. This is the powerful story of the 2008 Liberty 1-cent USA coin, a coin that most people once treated as simple loose change but that collectors now believe could be worth an astonishing $779,340 in today's exciting coin market. Before we explore the history and the shocking value of this coin, imagine something for a moment. Think about the pennies that sit in jars, drawers, wallets, and old boxes inside homes. Millions of people ignore them every day. But sometimes, hidden among those ordinary coins, there is a rare piece that collectors are willing to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to own. That is exactly why the 2008 Liberty 1-cent coin has become such a fascinating topic in the world of rare coin collecting. The story of the Liberty 1-cent coin goes back more than a century. The United States has produced the 1-cent coin since the late 1700s, but one of the most recognizable designs appeared in 1909 when the image of Abraham Lincoln was introduced on the penny to honor the 100th anniversary of his birth. This historic design changed the way American coins looked forever. Over the decades, the penny continued evolving with different reverse designs, metal compositions, and minting processes. By the time the year 2008 arrived, the penny had already gone through many historical transitions. The 2008 Lincoln cent still carried the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front side. This portrait was originally designed by the talented sculptor Victor David Brenner, whose initials VDB can be found on certain coins and remain an important detail for collectors. Now let us talk about the special mint mark that makes today's coin even more interesting. The letter D on the 2008 Liberty 1-cent coin indicates that it was minted at the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint has played an important role in American coin production since the early 20th century. Coins produced in Denver often carry unique characteristics that collectors pay close attention to when identifying valuable pieces. Although millions of pennies were produced in 2008, certain rare varieties, minting errors, and exceptional condition coins have become extremely desirable. In the world of coin collecting, rarity is everything. A coin that appears ordinary can suddenly become worth a fortune if it has a rare mint error, a unique die variety, or if it exists in extremely high-grade condition that survived without scratches, marks, or damage. Many collectors search specifically for coins that were preserved in mint state condition. Mint state coins are those that were never circulated in everyday transactions. These coins maintain their original shine, sharp details, and clean surfaces. When a coin like the 2008 Liberty 1-cent survives in near-perfect condition, its value can skyrocket among collectors who compete to own the finest examples. Another fascinating factor that can increase the value of coins like the 2008 Liberty 1-cent is minting errors. During the minting process, coins are struck at extremely high speed using powerful machines. Occasionally, mistakes happen. These mistakes create rare variations such as double strikes, off-center designs, die cracks, or unusual metal compositions. When collectors discover such errors on a coin, its value can increase dramatically because these pieces become unique collectibles. The 2008 Liberty 1-cent coin also comes from an interesting moment in modern American coin history. In 2009, the United States Mint celebrated the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth with a series of completely new penny reverse designs. Because of that major design transition happening the following year, collectors began paying closer attention to the final years before the redesign, including coins from 2008. As a result, interest in the 2008 penny series began growing among numismatists, which is the professional name for coin collectors and coin researchers. These collectors study every small detail of coins, from the thickness of the letters to the position of the mint mark, looking for rare varieties that the average person would never notice. Now let us talk about the value that has made this coin a topic of excitement among collectors. Certain rare examples of the 2008 Liberty 1-cent coin have reached a reported market value of $779,340. This incredible value is connected to extremely rare conditions, unique characteristics, and the intense demand that collectors have for rare Lincoln cent varieties. Imagine finding a coin in your change that could potentially be worth more than a luxury car or even a house in some places. That possibility is exactly why millions of people have started checking their old coin jars, piggy banks, and inherited collections. Sometimes the rarest coins are hiding in the most unexpected places. Collectors also examine the smallest design details of the coin. On the front side you will see the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right, along with the word liberty and the year 2008. The phrase "In God We Trust" appears above Lincoln's head. On the reverse side of the 2008 penny you will see the Lincoln Memorial design, which was used on pennies from 1959 until 2008. Inside the Lincoln Memorial, sharp-eyed collectors can even see a tiny representation of the Lincoln statue sitting between the columns. The mint mark D located near the date confirms that the coin was produced in Denver. For collectors, identifying this mint mark is extremely important because different mints sometimes produced coins with different rarity levels. Over time, collectors, investors, and historians have begun recognizing how certain modern coins can become incredibly valuable due to their rarity and collector demand. What once seemed like ordinary pocket change has turned into a treasure hunt across the entire country. Stories have circulated about people discovering rare coins in old piggy banks, inherited jars of pennies, garage sales, flea markets, and even in everyday store change. These stories inspire new collectors every year to start examining coins more carefully. At JF Coin, our mission is to help viewers discover the hidden value that could be sitting right in their own homes. Many people never realize that coins produced decades ago, or even just a few years ago, might hold extraordinary value if they contain rare features. When collectors evaluate coins like the 2008 D Liberty 1 cent, they look at several important factors. The first is condition. A coin graded at the highest mint state levels can be dramatically more valuable than one that shows wear. The second factor is rarity. Coins with limited surviving examples attract the most attention from collectors. The third factor is demand. When collectors compete for the same rare coin, prices can rise to astonishing levels. Professional coin grading services also play a major role in determining a coin's value. These organizations carefully examine coins and assign them official grades that confirm authenticity and condition. Once a coin receives a high grade from a respected grading service, its value in auctions can increase significantly. For many collectors, the excitement is not only about the money but also about the thrill of discovery. Searching through coins becomes like a real-life treasure hunt. Every penny you examine could be the next rare find. The 2008 D Liberty 1 cent coin represents exactly that possibility. A small copper-colored coin that most people would never notice could potentially hold a value reaching $779,340 under the right circumstances. That idea alone has inspired countless collectors to begin exploring the fascinating world of coin collecting, and this is why channels like JF Coin continue sharing these incredible stories. The world of rare coins is full of surprises, hidden history, and discoveries waiting to be made. So the next time you receive pennies in your change, do not ignore them. Take a closer look. Check the date. Look for the mint mark. Examine the condition carefully. Because somewhere out there, a rare coin like the 2008 D Liberty 1 cent might still be waiting to be discovered. Thank you for watching JF Coin.